going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another exciting episode of That's Random Podcast. I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and do all of those good things. Remember, this is the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary in ordinary. Today's no different. All right? Today's no different. We in it. We in the thick. We getting right to it. And listen, the internet. I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you directly. I know that you're undefeated. I know that you're undefeated. I know that y'all just win and win and win. The internet, can't nobody defeat you. So if you can't defeat them, why, then join them. I think that's the thing. I think that's the saying. Can't beat them, join them. Listen, the thing is, I be on the internet. And when the internet get the internet, Lord have mercy. Here's a kicker. I don't know if I want to talk about this specific topic, if this topic actually happened, or if I want to go with the route of tired of hearing this type of malarkey, and we know that some of this stuff is false, fake news, as one person would say, fake news. And I get it. But I'm going to let you guys hear a little something real quick. You know, I'm doing something new. So, right. So here you go. Or do I need to play a sound clip? I'll play a sound clip just because.
In 2015, I met him when he was 21. And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Crap like that. Okay, crap like that. All right. Woman says she had 2 kids with the son that she gave up for adoption back when, whatever, right? Clip didn't really dive into the details. But let's just for a moment. Let's just try to act like this is real. I don't believe that it's real. I believe that it's the internet doing what it does best. People put out clips and to go viral. People want to go viral. People want to get a quick buck. People want to do what it takes to get the easy money and not actually put the work in. Okay, what I do over here at Nerdy's Umbrella, we put the work in. There are other brands out there that they put the work in. They actually have rhyme and reason to their craft, and they're actually crafting something to entertain the world, the internet, so forth and so forth. They're not just coming up with the most wackiest ideas in their head, putting them out and saying, hey, I went viral. And then when somebody asks you to follow up, you have nothing to follow up with. Spoken about that here. You know, there are a couple people who went viral and then their viral moments were way bigger than them. I'd take the music route. Hey, you made a very smash hit. It was platinum number 1, 13 weeks on the charts. What are you going to do to follow that up? And then they never stand up to that. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of, as they like to call them in the music industry, a bunch of one-hit wonders. These are one viral wonders, okay? Or one VV, whatever you want to call them. One VW. That sounds crazy.
Hey guys, it's your guy Nerdy G here. Listen, I know I broke into the video, but listen, the best way to support us is to go grab you some of this nerdy merch right here. Be sure to check out the other shows that we have on the channel and get some of this nerdy merch. Links are down in the description. We truly appreciate it. Back to the show.
But they just, it's weird. Okay. The internet does a lot of that crap. All right. It's a lot of fake stories out there. And it's a lot of, you know, there's a certain group that does it more often than not. Everybody has their lane. You know what I'm saying? There are the people who eat all the junk food and the things that's going to tear their bodies up. There's the people who do things that are just a certain MTV show that had a movie and they did things that you would never ever do, but boys being boys, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And when I say you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about, you know, that one movie with Johnny Knoxville and all of them in that TV show. There's a group of people on the internet that just does that kind of stuff. Then there's the people who just rage bait. I think that's the word that they use now, rage bait. You know what I'm saying? They just do it because, you know, it's cool, it's awesome. But this This particular thing is like, yo, relationships. That's where we're going to land. That's where I'm going to land my plane. I love toxic relationships. I love to think about the most screwed up, jacked up, toxic relationship scenarios possible, and they live there. Is that a talent? I don't think so. I just think that there's somebody just using their twisted mind. My mind is twisted at times. It's random, and that's how we got this podcast, because sometimes I can be talking about something and I can go, and it's there. It's cool. Neither here nor there. We're moving forward, okay? So let's think that this ideal was actual, factual, real. So, one, you're a cougar. Cool. No problem with that, okay? Older men date younger women all the time. Not a freaking problem. Same thing. Older women date younger men all the time. Not a problem there. There's not an issue. We have no issue with that. So let's get that out of here. Throw that out the way. Boom. Next. This person that you're looking at has no resemblance to you whatsoever. Like, dang, this person could be my cousin. Dang, this person, I feel the weird kind of connection to this person. Not at all. Okay. So we're going to bypass that, because we're just going to say that person didn't feel any of that stuff. We're just going to bypass that. We're not going to even look at that. We're not going to look at the fact that you birthed this child, gave him up for adoption. You looked at his face. You forgot his face. He's a grown man now, 21. And yeah, in most relationships, you know how sometimes it goes like that, where you get into a relationship, you dating, y'all have that first year, like that honeymoon year, y'all have a real good time, and then possibly you might get pregnant within that first year. And if that happens, then hey, it's all gravy, baby. You know what I'm saying? But they kept on going. They ended up having another baby like a year and a half after that. So said 2015, and then again in 2017, year and a half. I mean, me and my brothers, we're a year and a half apart. I get that. I understand. That's possible, right? Yeah, my hands are moving a lot, but don't worry about it. If you listen on the DSPs, listen, watch it on the YouTube, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Trying to paint this picture. The lady already told you. And then she goes, then I find out that he is my son that I gave up for adoption. Well, a couple things here. Listen, when you go to the doctors these days, they so advanced. We know what that is, right? Doctors, when you go to the doctors, they tell you everything, let you know what the baby got. The baby ain't even got to be out. They put a little thing inside the baby. They tell you everything that's going on with the baby. If the baby going to be slow, if the baby going to have a sloop foot, what the baby taxes going to look like, what their credit score going to be. All of those things while the baby is still in the womb, they can tell you all of those things at the doctor today. And they want me to believe that the babies that the mother and the son had together, they couldn't tell that they was doubling up on that DNA. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you gonna double up on the DNA? I mean, we know what happened when there's a chromosome misfiring. Them babies don't come out all the way wide tight. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got a little Targaryen stuff going on over here. You know what I'm saying? I know it was brother and sister. I know it was brothers and sisters. I never saw, father and daughter, mother and son. Never saw that. But, like I say, Game of Thrones type ish. You know what I'm saying? But these folks were, black. Yeah, these folks was black, okay? And once you find out, you decide to take this to the internet. Now, anything, if I had to go and be stereotypical, you know what I'm saying, and just use my stereotypes and say, black folks don't take that type of shit to the internet. But then again, there's a portion of the internet where world star. You know what I'm saying? Then there's this thing called X, used to be called Twitter, which most people still refer to it as Twitter. But I don't know. Like, the algorithm's jacked up, and there's a bunch of stuff on there. I just don't think that anybody, I don't care what ethnic group people are, I don't think the stuff should be on there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I can't not put my stereotypes on folks, not anymore, because it's like they're breaking the stereotypes, and they're breaking the stereotypes, like some of the good stereotypes. Like, hey, whatever goes on in a black person's household, it stays in that household, and they don't talk about it. They just keep mum about it. Your auntie could actually be your mother, or could actually be your brother. Stuff like that. That stuff normally comes out at a family dinner or some shit like that on down the line. But now it's like, no, let's take it to the internet and put it out there. That's like a stereotype that's gone. No, they're putting it out on the internet now. It's there. It's there. But in this situation, let's just say you fell into that situation. One, how would you handle it? Me personally, crazy, because now even though you had no ties to her, you were technically inside of this woman for 9 months. You don't remember her face. You don't remember her heartbeat. And yet you come to her 21 years later and literally come to her and get back inside of her and procreate. Once you find that out, that is your biological, what do you do in those instances? Or what would you do in that instance? Nerdy is going to get out of there. Going to get out of there. Okay? I get it. Some of y'all thought process may be like, well, whoa, Nerdy. Whoa. Maybe because I don't know this person, and maybe because I met this person this way, regardless of the fact, even if she birthed me, maybe I still can have a relationship with her. Flip that around. What if that was the father and that was the daughter? See, the conversation goes different. You're going, yuck, nasty, how dare you? See, no. Not going to do the double standard thing here, okay? Not going to do the double standard thing here. If a man never seen his daughter, don't know who his daughter is, and then she's some 21-year-old, and let's just say he had at a very young age, and he's like, I don't know, we'll give him 36, 37, and they see each other, they start talking, 21 years old, they start dating, and this happens, and then they have children, and then they find out that he is her biological father. Then we got some shit. Then there's gonna be some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know people got a lot of questions. Well, wouldn't he know who her mama is? I'm like, no, I've been in a relationship before where I've never known anything about the person's family whatsoever. So yeah, that happens, and that is a possibility. There's a possibility that the person could have moved out of state, moved to another state, and because the family is, let's say, back in Ohio or some shit like that, but they down in Texas, and they just so happen to end up in the same place, and they end up dating. They originally from Ohio. I mean, if they're not having those type of conversations, we know allegedly how the dating scene is today, and it's all weird, and everybody likes to say that they got piss in it. I said it's probably more cousins and brothers than piss. So brothers and sisters than piss. But neither here nor there. We don't know who dad was rolling around with. We don't know how many kids mama gave up for adoption and stuff like that. It's totally fine. You might be dating your cousin. You might be banging your brother or your sister. You don't really know unless your parents talk about those things. And one thing that we do know is parents don't like to really talk about their life before the child. So, yeah. And who's to say that the child, right, either mother or, either daughter or son, who's to say that they're going to talk to their parents about their new boo thing? You know what I'm saying? Normally, we don't bring the boo thing home until we for sure. Like, hey, can't just have all these chos showing up at the door. Can't introduce my mama to all of these floozies, because then she going to be like, who is it now? She going to start mixing up names. And we don't want nobody to mix up names, because once they start mixing up names, y'all already know how that's going to go. It's going to be some, you know what I'm saying? You trying to live. And mama want her baby boy to live, so, your best bet is not to bring him to the house. I let you know when it's serious. It's normally what most guys say. Tell their mama, I'll let you know when it's serious. I'll bring her around when it's serious. So we don't have to run into these don't have to run into these type of situations, right? But even with that being said, now you don't even know that you banging somebody that, is in your family. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, that's such and such. That's Geraldine boy. Oh, excuse me. You don't know that you get y'all cousin. How y'all meet up? We've been waiting for the past 3 months. Right. Neither here nor there. But in this case, this woman and her son who had 2 children, which is a lie, but it could happen. I just don't think that the latter part would happen. I don't think that the latter part, when I say the latter part, I'm talking about, I don't think about taking it to the internet would be that. It wouldn't be that. Like, I can't see somebody coming out and saying, yeah, we are embarrassed. Here's the deal. I can say this. People have relations with each other, see them in their whole glory, right? Their whole glory. I'm talking about their whole birthday suit, from the Rudy to the Tootie. They see it all and didn't have the audacity. To cover up. Like, girl, I done seen you. I done seen all of you. Why you covering up is me. We do this on a regular. Why you covering up? There's no need to cover up. I like you for what I see, and I love all this about you. There's no need for you to cover up, but yet they still cover up. So even if you're embarrassed about something that you've already shown me, like hell, I'm going to get on her and share the embarrassment of knowing that I fornicated with my child and had 2 children. No, there's no, no. We can even take it to something so simple. People will have a malignant mole and literally walk around with their hand covering their face all day long because they don't want nobody to see that mole. Or they'll wear if you got a lazy eye, the girls will take their hair and wear it over their eye. We had a famous person to do that. We know that. So that insecurity, that not wanting to be embarrassed or bring attention to whatever thing that embarrasses us on us, I think it's a people thing. I think all people do that in some form of fashion where they're like, I'm not talking about that. I don't give a who you are. I'm not telling that to my brother. I'm not telling that to my sister. I'm not telling that to my mama, my uncle, my daddy, my brother, my all of them people, my friends, all of them. I'm not telling that to none of them. So why in the hell would you get on the internet and share it with the whole world? That's why it's got to be fake, in my opinion. Because it just don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. The whole term make it make sense. Yeah. It don't make sense. Just as much as we would like for it to make sense, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, Lily. It don't make no sense. Nuh-uh. Right. We can say people overshare. We can say people undershare. We can say people don't share at all. Right. But when it comes to something personal like that in your life, I don't think that's something that the internet needs to know, right? Things that we would love for people to share on the internet, which they do, is, hey, I had a fight with cancer. I won. I beat cancer. Here are some of the things that I did along my journey to help me beat cancer. That's cool. You know why? Because somebody else may see that and it may help them in their journey with cancer to beat that. Cool. That's the type of information we want you to share. That's the type of information we want to put out there. Oh, oregano oil is the thing. Oh, okay, cool. That helps with what? Parasites? Oh, we shouldn't be eating sugar. Oh, okay, cool. Those are the type of things, positive things, we want shared. Oh, this is how you get the coupons and do X, Y, Z. We like things like that. But those are cool. They don't get the most push. But the moment we got some foolery, World Star, no shade to any of those folks over there, or any of these other platforms that just kind of put out the foolery, we understand. People love foolery more than they love positivity. We love car crashes. We love wrecks. Listen, I was on Twitter X, and I was watching a clip, and it was a car crash. And my understanding, it was a car crash on a freeway, and the cars just kept coming in. And I started scratching my head because I couldn't turn it off, because these people are having an accident, and an accident is going on. There was trucks. I felt like it was fake, but it was real. But it was real. I felt like it was fake, but it was real. And cars just kept coming. And I'm like, either these people ain't paying no damn attention on the highway, or they just, we got to slow down. Literally got to slow down. If you see that there's a pile up, and then the damn 218-wheelers turned sideways, they didn't jackknife, but they turned sideways. There's a Ford F-150 that came through, and boom, and you see an explosion, like not one of them ones that you see on TV, like this, like a real live explosion. And I'm thinking to myself, this ain't AI. It's some old 360p visual video. And I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, like how did this shrug my shoulders. Oh, I don't feel it. Don't understand how. But it's more like, damn, that happened. People sit there and watch stuff like that all damn day. Kids fighting in schools, they'll sit there and watch that all day. But the positive stuff, we get sleepy on it. We go boring. We get, we say, yeah, I gotta go to the next one. If it's about astrology, we gonna sit there and we gonna, oh yeah, astrology, yeah. This means this describe me 110%. We know this. Got it. These are things that we already know, but we will sit there and stroll on those things versus the positivity things. It's not what this is about. This is about this stupid ass, jacked up, fake ass situation that if you were to have a child with your child, two of them, at that back to back, I'm just saying, if the doctors ain't figured out that y'all got the same DNA or whatever after the first child, that doctor needs their license revoked. That doctor needs to be fired, because, I mean, you got to tell them, like, yo, I'm looking at this baby doubled up. This baby doubled up. Y'all ain't related or nothing like that. And I mean, I get that in some states that shit is, people don't care because it's some normal stuff. And I get it. Kissing cousins, kissing brothers, I mean, however it goes, y'all know what I'm talking about. Where they keep it in the family. So, yeah. But I still just don't think that anybody would want to really go out there and put that out there, not unless you have a marketing plan. I know that everybody's like to believe that, some things are all rollouts. And if it's a rollout, keep rolling out. Don't be like these other folks who say, okay, I'm going to put this out here to go viral and then have nothing to follow up with it. It's all about the follow-up. Okay, you got my attention now. What's next? You got my attention. What's next? You know what I'm saying? We're here today and gone tomorrow type of people. Like, hey, this was cool yesterday, but what you got for me today? Simple. It is. That's it. I mean, it's fake news. What would you do? Get in the comments. Let me know. I'm not going to keep y'all for a long time. I feel like I, tapped that out enough. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there. Listen, I know I said I was going to get away from the music. I'm back to it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do. Listen to it. YouTube. Y'all not getting this. Everybody else, enjoy. All right, guys, that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? It's passionate for miles away. Listen. Close out. The internet is going to be the internet. The internet is undefeated. Don't try to defeat it. If you're going to jump in there and play the game, play the game. Stop with all the fake shit. That's all I got to say. That's the close out. That's what I got for you guys. Stop with the fake shit. Ain't nothing more I can tell you. Stop with the fake shit. The fake shit is the fake shit. It is what it is. We not gonna agree to disagree on this. People gonna always post the fake shit. People gonna try to go viral. People ain't gonna do nothing with the viral moment that they have. Those who are actually out there creating, you guys keep creating. You guys keep creating entertainment and other things that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? We're the consumer. You're a consumer. Everybody's a consumer, and things that you want to see, it's out there for you. Keep doing that. The fake shit will be here today, gone tomorrow, or here for 5 minutes and gone the next 10 minutes, and we moving on and on and on. So with that being said, it is what it is. I am your guy, that guy, the one and only Nerdy G. This has been Oh That's Random, the podcast, where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. Until next time, I'm out.